There you go. Well,
Ah,
hello everyone. Good
hello.
afternoon to those of you joining us from India. Good morning to those of you who are joining us from the UK. We have Mel Cyril with us again. And like last time, introduce yourself, Mel. Would you?
Okay. I am an independent researcher and author. I also train people in the subject of baby wearing and in arms carrying. And I do I used to do public speaking, but yeah, Rona and all that.
Now you're doing Zoom speaking instead of public
Yeah.
speaking.
Yeah.
So, how has lockdown been for you guys, the second one? India's lucky we are not in lockdown yet. But
Um, to be honest, in terms of society or whatever and the restrictions, it's a lot different from the first time, and nothing much has really changed. Just like non-essential shops have closed, but no, there's no. I haven't had any issues with travel. With crossing counties to pick up the kids and drop them off and stuff like that. No issues whatsoever. It's just, I think it's
that's
more the mental strain for everybody second time round. Even though
yeah.
it doesn't feel much more restricted. It's just that whole like, oh, here we go again, and
Here we go
yeah.
again. Indeed, yes. We have to sneak in some news. So, hello. Hi, Ravi. Can you see the comments this time? Like last time round, you were able
No,
to see them, but can you see them this time?
no, I can't.
No? Okay.
No,
I'll see if there's some setting I could check because. Okay, fine.
I'm
If
just in.
any spectacular comment comes in,
Oh,
I'll put
hang
it
on, hang
on
on,
the
hang on,
screen
hang
like
on.
this.
Yes, I found where to see them now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
in the panel in the thing.
it's
Anyway,
in the chat thing. Yeah.
so yeah, it's in the yeah. So the topic that we're going to discuss today is writing books. Okay,
Mhm.
and writing books is like such a big topic that one life could technically not cover it because depending
No.
on what kind of book you are writing, the entire process changes. The only
Yeah.
thing that remains constant is notebooks, pen, whatever software you are using to write, Google document or Word document, and whatever software you are using in the end to compile the document. That's the only
Mm.
common theme in writing books. Otherwise, depending on what genre of book you pick, the entire process is different. So, would you
Yeah.
like to tell us what kind of books you write? Because you write all sorts of things. So, let us
Okay.
know, please.
Yeah. So, 2017 and 2018, I published books to do with the subject of carrying babies and children in arms. The first one was an introduction to the subject, and the second delved into a lot of the science behind it. And then it's not a book, but I co-authored a review article which got published during lockdown. So woohoo! That was 18 months in the making, that one, I think it was. So yeah, that had been my focus, my writing focus
I
for
see.
a good chunk of time. But as you know, during lockdown, yeah, I've been sort of dabbling with the fiction side of things, which I haven't done since I was a kid. So yeah, and I always used to love writing stories and have very active imagination.
Of course.
So yeah, I mean, I'd, when was it? I think when we talked on the live, whenever that was, a while ago, I was already, that wasn't that during September, might have been. So yeah, I was sort of dabbling then, and then towards the end of September, I just lost all my creativity, it felt like, and didn't really write much between the end of September and this month, to be honest. And then I got a writing prompt, and it's turned into a book. And as you know, I'm at it every day.
Of course, of course. We have
Mm-hmm.
to be, right? Because if we procrastinate on writing books, you can forget about ever completing the book. Because we
Yeah,
will find so many excuses to not sit and compile every thought that is kind of noodling in our head.
yeah.
So yeah, you just have to sit
I
and get done with it.
yeah, I think my process is a little bit different when it comes to writing,
Okay.
because um, when I wrote the non-fiction books, I'd be very much right. Sit down. You need to write. You need to write at least this much. Blah blah blah. Whatever. And working out when I want to release it. Okay, that means I need to do at least X amount of words per day and stuff. And it just became a stress. And the more I pushed myself to do it, the less I could write. It was just the psychological pressure and stuff. So with writing this year, um, I've I've sort of found a way that seems to be working okay for me at the moment, and that's since I've gotten back into the writing. And I mentioned this on the last live. Is about writing should be easy, and that's not minimizing the struggles that people have. What I'm saying is that if I can't write what I want to write on a specific day, then I will try a different type of writing. So, because the only way to write is to write, isn't it? So,
Of
literally
course.
trying any kind of medium, whether it's writing a poem or going on to another thing that I need to do, journaling, or, creating course content bits and stuff. It's just like trying to keep the momentum going, even if the focus isn't in the right place for me at that time. But thankfully, with this one, it's just every day I'm just like blah, 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 through my fingers.
Of course, of course. I think for that it comes back to that whole passion argument, right? Like
Yes.
you have had an extremely inspired idea, and
Yeah.
you are getting bombarded with exactly.
The
So you
thought
won't be
process,
able
yeah,
to
rabbit
stop
holes, and
yourself from writing.
yeah.
So when that happens, when that happens, don't be ultra sophisticated and be like, I will
Mm.
catalog and do this and do that. Just
No,
go crazy.
it just
Just write
literally
whatever
takes
comes
over
at you.
me.
Just
It's like I'm
yeah, I
possessed, so
know.
I don't have a chance of being like, I'll do that later. It's just like when something comes to mind, I'm like, type it out and work it out, because a lot of this is like I've got the whole how it works sorted out, but the finer details of the types of stuff that I'm doing with this, it's all sort of developing along the way.
Of course.
The ideas, and refining them and revisiting and thinking, oh, maybe I need to change that. And I've already had to, I was so proud of myself. Oh, Binati, so proud of myself that I was able with this one to start from the very beginning, which I never do. So yeah, start from the beginning. And then when was it? I think it was several days ago. Had a conversation with a friend, and I was like, "Fuck." Oh, sorry. Um, that
It's
I need
okay.
to go back to the beginning and change a major thing about it all. And I'm like, oh no, it was meant to be this way, but it's meant to be that way. That is the perfect thing. It all rests on this specific date, kind of thing. So yeah.
Right. Of course.
Mm.
Okay, so there's a question here.
Mm.
Do you think anybody can write a book? I mean, I honestly think anybody can write a book because,
Whether it's
see,
good or
we
not
all
is
have,
another thing.
yeah, yeah. See, we all have stories to tell. Okay,
Mm.
every human experience on this planet is unique.
Mm.
Even if it's an experience of someone who's living under like a dictatorial regime, right? Certain
Mm.
things about your life will be unique. Certain perspectives you have about life, they'll be unique. And
Mm.
if it's an idea, if it's a fictional idea you've had, that is definitely going to be unique. So if you have
Yeah.
anything to say, I think you can write a book. Writing a
Yeah.
book,
You
yeah,
just need a
anybody can
good
do it.
editor like Benati.
That's where I was. I was coming to. Like you can write a
Oh,
book.
sorry.
That is the easy bit.
Yeah.
But editing a
Making
book,
it readable.
that is, yeah, that is something that I think only people with experience in writing can do. So if you have some experience with writing in one particular language, or if you have experience in whatever domain you have stuck to for a really really long time, then I think you could write your own book from start to finish on your own. But if you are relatively new to writing in that language, or you are relatively new to the domain in which you are writing the book, then it's best you write your book, then you hire someone to edit it. And you can find editors very easily on LinkedIn, on Fiverr, on Upwork, lots of platforms. So, to answer your question, Sunil, anybody can write a book. However, not anybody could edit a book. So, there you go.
Yeah.
I hope that answers your query. Do you
Yeah.
have anything to add
I
about
I
this,
actually
Sunil?
want to hire you to edit this book, by the way,
Yeah. Oh, that's so
because
sweet. Okay, now see,
yeah.
this is it. If we were normal LinkedIn posters, tomorrow both of our posts would say, I hired someone on a LinkedIn live. And then we'd be using that as some kind of a clickbait kind of
Yeah.
garbage post. But yeah, we are definitely not going to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, editing is, I think editing is something I'm learning. I'm not
Mm.
good at it, but I'm learning because
You're
like
better than me.
do you remember that Word document memo type thing where we
Yeah.
just did those bold italics strike through, the difference that made to that document, it was
Yeah.
surreal,
Yeah.
right? So those types of visual
Tips and
edits is
tricks.
something
Yeah.
I still, yeah, in terms of
Yeah.
selecting fonts, all of that,
Yeah.
I'm still kind of
I've
working
actually,
on improving that.
yeah, I actually, I would have ended up stylizing stuff at some point, but because we had that conversation in the beta read chat thing about the, when you're having a conversation with a certain character or something, then it needs to stand out, like italicized, I think,
Yeah, yeah.
and bold was
So this is,
spoken
I
about.
think the
But yeah,
conversation
so
was, I was like,
yeah,
you have a demon and a normal human.
yeah,
How do you know that it's the demon speaking or the normal human speaking? So the
mm,
demon is kind of italicized and the normal
mm,
human is kept as is. So that a reader, like assuming the reader is a first time reader, they have to be
yeah,
able to differentiate between,
yeah,
two people speaking. So that
yeah.
is
So I
fonts,
went,
basically.
I went back over, like I was looking at some specific conversations, and I was mind blown yesterday. Couple of
Mm.
conversations that I found that, like, from months and months ago, that talk about stuff that's happening right now. It's just nuts. But yeah, so looking at some conversations and having them in the book, and straight away I was like, right, I need to italicize this. So I was like, yes, I've done some editing as I'm writing. Awesome.
Exactly. Progress instead of dumping it to
Yep.
the very end on the
Yeah.
last, like as the deadline looms and you're like, oh
Mm,
no, I have to edit. You
mm.
are
That
editing
is
as you go.
something
I
that
think that's
we
fantastic.
really did learn, didn't we, over the editing
Of
processes that
course,
we've done so
of
far.
course.
Just like, right,
Yes,
how many ways can we shortcut? Like, not in a bad way, but make things easier for ourselves once the
exactly.
major one. Yeah.
Hi, Sakshi. So that description that made you laugh is actually based on a very popular text, which is having fun isn't hard when you've got a library card. So it is something that already exists. I just did a little word swap there, but I'm glad it made you laugh. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Okay, so to continue on to writing books and such. So there is this amazing software, by the way. I have never told you about this software, Mary. This software is
Oh,
called Vellum, Vellum. It is unfortunately a Mac OS software only, and it is
why
shit
are you telling me about
expensive.
it? Oh, by the way, here's something
No,
amazing. You're doing a Miri.
okay,
What the hell? Oh, by the way, I think she's saying about. Oh, yeah, popping on. So if you want to
okay.
send her
Send.
the link,
Did you send her it, or did you send her the link, or do I have to?
I can send it to her. I'll do it
Go
right now.
ahead. So I'll talk about Vellum till then, so that people can learn something, get
Yeah.
value out of a life. Okay, so Vellum is a software. It's at the end of a book. You write your book in Word document. Now, if you have ever got the privilege and the opportunity and the bad luck of having to print Word documents instead of PDF documents, you know that somehow in the printer's computer the entire alignment shifts, and whatever document you have created kind of looks very different when it gets printed. Now imagine that happening to your books, and not just one book, like one entire batch of books. That's a disaster, right? So at the end of your book, you have to package your book into paperback, hardcover, or ebook format, right? So a software is like Vellum. You just have to export your Word document to it, and then these softwares will kind of completely adjust your book to printable standards or to ebook publishable standards, right? So it saves you so much time instead of like going copy paste, check everything, then waiting for printing copies to come out, go like, hey, there's a mistake here, I need second copy, and basically end up spending a lot of money, a lot of time. You can just get a software like Vellum and get your book aligned properly. There's also this other software we talked about last time called YWriter, I think, right? So YWriter is
Why writer? Yeah.
a while back.
Thank you for the reminder. I need to actually use that.
Right. Yeah.
Task
So
for today.
task for today. So as
In
Mel
between
touched on a
writing.
while back, with regards to how start your book at the beginning, let it go and end. See, it's not how everyone writes a book, right? Almost, and
No.
I'll talk about me. I'm a ghost writer, so I don't
Mm.
write the like I write the book, but the idea comes from someone else. Now,
Yeah.
this someone else probably doesn't have a structure in their head, which is probably why they have had to hire a writer to write their book. So
Mm.
what they'll do is they'll keep sending me random ideas without a cue. Be like, oh, that thing I told you, add this to that, etc., etc.
Mm.
So it's all over the place. That's what I'm trying to convey.
Yeah.
Now, if you write like that, and many people do, because
Mhm.
not all of us are sequential in nature, right? We are random. Most of
Mhm.
us are random people, right? And you are writing a book, and some experience happened to you which relates to your book, which goes in the end, and you are like, no, 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 I'm still in the middle. I can't write this. That's you losing inspiration. So if you
Mm.
have those kind of problems, you could use softwares like YWriter. YWriter allows you to sort your entire book in chapters, and if you are nitpicky like me, You can further sort your chapters into scene, characters, scenario, references, all of it, right? So if you like lists, if you like structure without actual structure of thought, you can use software like YWriter. Anyway, I'm done talking. Where's Miri?
I don't know. She'll be here soon, I reckon.
Potato
Yeah,
head.
so I just brought it up. I was like, yes, right, bring the program up so that, you know, when you come back into the laptop after the live, you know, and start writing again, it's right there to remind you. And literally the first step, and I've got a block because it says please enter the project title, and I don't actually have a title for this book yet. And I'm just like, yeah, my brain
So
just needs it to be
most of my
titled
titles are
perfectly.
most of my titles are like this. Random book
Oh,
one.
yeah. But do you know what? You have said something in the past that that you have in your notebooks a whole bunch of
Oh yeah,
potential book titles for us. So do you have
yeah.
any for me?
For this one,
Yeah.
I mean, this discussion will have off the live
Okay.
where I can do spoilers as well because you know I would unconsciously, and we don't want that before your book comes out. So
Well, it's
this
okay to share the concept of it because it's pretty cool, isn't it?
it is pretty cool. Yeah,
Hmm.
it is pretty cool. What could possibly be your book title? Uh, Peak in Time? No,
Maybe
I can do better.
maybe I can share the kind of description with the audience and
Yeah,
see
go
if they
ahead.
have any ideas.
Yeah,
Okay,
go
so
ahead, go ahead.
basically, I was given a writing prompt to have my 2020 self at the end of December go back in time to 2019 me and basically give me all of the information about what happened this year. You know, the pandemic, all the major life events that have happened for me, all the highs and all of the lows, everything. And then have my 2019 self, no, 2020 self give 2019 self a cyanide pill and give me the option to go through it all over again or take the out. So yeah, because my life has been pretty shitty this year, so it's a good thingy, and it's such a good writing prompt that yeah, it turned into not just a little short thingamajiggy. It's turned into a whole book because like I have these concepts about time travel and stuff and how that would work, and yeah, so it just really fleshed out into something really really fun because yeah, it's yeah. Oh, there she is. Hi. Hey.
Why am I the bigger one? I don't want to be the bigger one.
In the water.
Hello everyone, how are you doing?
Good.
We're doing great. What about you? Why am I
Even
the
better
bigger
now
one? I
you're
don't want to
here.
be the bigger one.
You are? You don't want to be the middle one?
Oh, hang on.
No,
I hope you can
There you
mute me.
You have to go sideways.
Yeah, Oh. So hello for people
I
who
hope
don't
you
go ahead.
don't know Miri?
Yeah, that's why. For people who
Is that
don't know
possible?
Miri, because Miri has literally titled herself Miri Miza, and people would be like, "What? What does that mean?"
Oh, I can't see her name. Oh, yeah, I see.
I can.
Millie Misa!
So
I'm legit
exactly.
hungover. Right, I'm hungover, and I've got Indy here with me, who's my 3-year-old,
Right.
and this has flipped my video. So I'm like, hold on, let me just try and squish my hair up a little bit, get some of that grease out of shot.
And
Yeah, I hope you
potato
can
net
mute me.
strikes
Can you mute?
again.
Okay.
Okay, I'm muting. There you go.
Cool.
Anyway,
Yeah, we're just trying to come up with the title for my book, Mary.
and now she's laughing because we muted her. Like what?
Yeah, no, I
Seriously?
didn't mean now. I just mean if he gets noisy.
Okay, got it, got
Let
it.
me speak. A title for
Okay,
your
yes, go
book,
ahead,
Mel.
Mel.
Yeah.
Are you trying to get a title for your book?
Yes.
I'm the bigger one
Oh
again.
yeah. Hmm.
It's
It's got to be a
usually easy,
hashtag,
but
isn't
this
it?
one is different. Hashtag FMFL.
Everything is, yes, exactly. Hashtag
That's what she
FMFL, for
said.
sure.
That's it.
Dude, I'm
She's
literally been
echoing now.
restraining myself this
You
whole
need to
time.
call it hashtag. That's what she said.
Oh
But
yeah,
then
because that
how?
is what she said.
Did you hear? I just had a.
Yeah,
It is.
because it's literally what she said to
I think my
me.
internet is my internet shocking. I might try and
No, it's
move.
not too bad.
Move along the boat. Yeah. And that
Yeah,
is
do you
your
know what? Do you know
hashtag
what?
for
Do you know
sure.
what though? Most of the editing process is going to be going through and removing. That's what she said.
I'm moving.
Do you know what?
Try and
It's
get
so
some.
funny. If any of you, yes, if any of you could listen into
hold on a
any
sec.
phone call that me and Miri have, then you would understand why, like, writing conversations with her in the book, it's just, yeah. It doesn't work well for a book. It works well in real life.
Which is why your book will have two versions.
I'm so sorry.
One will be audiobook version, which is where you
That's a good
make it
idea, actually.
conversational.
Yeah.
And then there will be the second version where I will go through your book like a hacksaw, be like,
Yep.
and kind of kill everything that doesn't make sense, And here is
Yeah.
where kill your darlings, you have to kill your darlings. Words
Yeah.
that mean a lot to you, some very amazing line that came to you, and you try to make it fit. And then your book kind of looks half as up, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, I've got around some of the editing and some of the conversational type stuff. I found, God, this fucking thing. There we go. I found a way to a really fun. Oh my God, the personal satisfaction at the idea that I had to get across some of the story. Oh, I just like pat myself on the back. It's lovely having those writing moments, isn't it? Kind of boost you to keep moving on. Where did Miri go? No, I'm going this way because I'm upside down because I can't deal with the weird angle. There we go.
Yeah, that's okay. I have literally stacked my phone on top of books because I'm like, I want
I'm
my
just
hands
holding them.
free.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it ends up hurting you, and then after the whole thing is over, you're like, my hands hurt. How do I type now? So it's like you have to do T-Rex sounds like that. Okay, she's back.
Yay! Let me guess.
We
I'm
have
waiting
potato
for
net.
potato net.
Striking
Oh! I was waiting for her face to appear to say
Potato
that.
2020.
Did she hear it? Yeah.
Potato Gun 2020 to 2019. Something like that. So yeah. Yeah, we figured it's your potato net.
Oh, sorry, my potato net is really strong today.
That's a line, right? The potato in the net is stronger
My
than the
potato
net.
net, my potato.
Hey, she
Oh,
went off again.
actual potato net in
Anyway,
action.
okay.
Moving
So
on. Yeah.
before we get distracted once again,
Yeah.
uh, let us cue the audience in about what we want their help with, which is help us title a book for Mel, and if she likes what you have to offer, she'll definitely put you in the acknowledgements. So the main concept of her book is
Oh my God,
uh,
literally, they can actually be written into the
what?
book. I said that they can
What?
actually be written into the book, as in giving me the book title idea thing, because 2020 hasn't played out yet. This is the whole thing. I've still got another roughly 6 weeks of book content coming my
The
way.
The Homer
And that
Simpson meme. This is the worst day of my life. Until
so
now.
That's
far.
worrying.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
exactly.
far.
So
Mhm.
far, exactly.
Yeah.
So basically, the concept of Mel's book is you
What could
somehow have
literally what more could happen?
what more could
Everything.
happen.
Everything.
Everything. We could have like a Tunguska event happen, like a big ass meteor come and go, which that is still a possibility. So
That'd
yay
put
on
an end to the
that.
writing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's it. That could be one of the plot lines. In 2019, we had a gigantic asteroid that hit the Earth and dinosaured us. No 2020.
I might have to put that
So
in there. I might have to put that in there.
alternative ending. These days, by the way, this is
Or
a new trend that is
in some
happening in
way.
books, which is
Mm.
you get to select your ending. So certain writers are
Mm.
giving interactive experiences in like audiobooks.
And and this year is just us in hell.
Mm.
This year
I have
Yeah.
to
is
say,
just literally all of our own hells.
yeah, I have to
Yeah.
mention one thing though before I forget,
Oh
because
my!
I got
Are you
reminded because
too
you're on
young?
here. Eh?
What? I'm worried.
Oh,
Potato is acting
no,
up.
I need to say something. Me and Miri are writing a book together. We're writing a children's book aimed at
Yeah.
adults, all about llamas. So
Yes.
do you want to tell everybody about the context of it, Miri, because you explained it beautifully the other day when we were talking about it and coming
I'll
up with the idea.
try, but I have like drunk a lot of wine and like slept
At
since then. So
10 a.m.
no, not today. I mean,
Yeah,
since that
right.
conversation.
Coffee.
No, no. So we were me and Mel and a few other people as well, and you. So this year has been filled
And
with
potato net.
dramas, and so we've always called them llamas
Yeah.
because of the gifs. Because do you remember that gif? Where the guy's trying to feed the llama, and it's like
Look.
that. That is like the perfect gif.
Yeah.
That is our llama,
Yeah.
and so whenever we're talking, we're always going on about llamas, like literally llamas, and so Mel
Shepherding,
come up with the idea
slaying.
that we're actually
Let's
looking
show
after
people what
these
a drama llama
llamas,
is.
and shepherding, setting them on fire. No, we're not going to do that. Yeah, but what I actually is I was thinking it could be us two living on a boat full of llamas.
Yeah.
So the llamas actually live on the boat with us.
Oh,
But then one day they all have their
'cause we
own
both live
llamas,
on boats, by the way.
and so they run
people.
llamas. Yeah, because we're boat
We're
folk,
boat folk.
hashtag.
Yeah.
Yes. and so the concept is that we then, oh, look at all the gifts, I love it. Oh, some of these are my actual favorites. Yeah, this is the one, that's the one that started it all, that one. Yeah. And we have actually had a patch that we all need to get a llama tattoo as well. Are you in, Benati? Are you in?
With regards to what?
A llama tattoo.
Llama, like a big llama.
That's
if
what
it's
she
a
said.
little llama,
Anyway, and then
llama.
so I don't know if you can even hear me.
I can.
Hey.
Yeah, we can hear
Thank you.
Yeah. So basically, the whole idea was to do with, well, Miri came up with the idea of each of the llamas are a different emotion that we deal with in life that end up turning into dramas and stuff.
Hello?
So it's going to be. Hi, we can hear you.
Can't hear anything. Oh, potato net. That needs to be in the next book.
You're
Potato
literally
net.
interrupting.
We can hear you perfectly.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, anyway, quick before she comes back. So yeah, the idea that she came up with was to have each llama is an emotion, and to like tackle it and shepherd it back in by dealing with the emotion and confronting your llama's head on, basically.
Have you watched Pixar's Inside Out?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, I love it. I love this idea. And I have now I'm learning Adobe Fresco and Procreate and all these softwares. So I'll try to do a graphic novel on this for you guys as well.
You what? Say that again.
I'm learning graphic design for illustrations, right? So yeah, certain times I think images convey things that words cannot. So you try to describe an anger llama and you draw an anger llama. You know what I mean? And
do you know what?
The last one will be the Dalai Lama.
Yes.
The enlightened one.
Don't give away the ending. Come on. Anyway, I was going to pitch to me. Oh, she's back on, because I actually had an additional idea. We've said that it's us writing it, but Miri, I had an idea like literally the same day, and I never spoke to you about it. That maybe our kids should actually help write it. Yeah, I know. That if our kids help us write it, like from their perspective of the emotion, I think that could be amazing. And then it's something that they've created as well. Published.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, because like their descriptions and stuff and how they experience emotions. It's different perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, because we want to like
thinking.
Let's just have a little chat about that later.
Yeah, later.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have enough telephone conversations.
We're codependent on each other. We were having this talk yesterday about our codependency, and yeah, I'm proud of myself. Like I put off calling you for a couple of hours.
We're each other's support dogs.
Yeah. Emotional support dogs.
Yeah.
I think we lasted about 3 hours. We did really well.
Yeah. Anyway, back to writing. Sorry, Benati. We'll stop.
That's okay.
Crashing.
Sorry. prying him off with a
The,
banana.
the biggest advantage of not being influential is you can do whatever you want and nobody cares.
I think you are
So
influential, Benati.
Yes.
Way more than I am.
don't say that. Don't curse me. Do
Don't
not
go.
curse me. Do not take my freedom away from me.
I don't really want a banana right now. Yeah. That's what she said.
I knew it the moment the word banana was uttered.
When you like a banana.
See, aren't you proud of me, Benati?
Oh,
I'm keeping it professional. Miriam just
everybody wants a banana. It's too early in the morning.
Yeah.
Banana when you want a banana.
Anyway, another thing that we were going to discuss, weren't we?
Sorry, I'm
Mm.
having banana.
Are we going to
Yeah,
do
just-
some
Llamas.
little promo?
Are we going to do what?
Some promo for a friend of
For?
ours.
Am I being asked the
Did
question
you?
or is Miri asked the question?
No, I'm asking you, Benati.
Can you
What we
repeat the question
discussed.
then? Because I'm
I said,
extremely
are we
confused.
going to do a bit of promo for a friend of ours?
Yes, yes, we are.
Okay.
Okay, so there is a book that is coming out that some of you are probably familiar with because you literally are characters in the book. So, those of you who missed out on this amazing opportunity, we have a LinkedIn connect. Like we have a LinkedIn person on LinkedIn, of course, named Jeff Walliner, not Jeff, Geo, like
Geoff.
geotag,
Geoff.
Geoff. Okay, so Jeff Walliner basically reached out to LinkedIn connections, and he was like, "I will ask you questions, send me answers. Based on those answers, I will turn you into characters of a book." And he has done that, and the book is going to come out soon. So yeah, you can take it from there, Mel, because I will definitely do spoilers.
Okay.
So
So are we allowed to talk about like the context of it?
that's what I don't think we should. I'll have Jeff
Oh,
on
okay.
once the
Yeah.
book is
Yeah.
prepared, and
Yeah.
I'll title that like
So
Writing
yeah,
Humorous
just letting you know that
Words.
there's a book, a really, really good book coming out soon that I think will resonate with many, many people in this year.
Yeah.
And it's how did we describe it? I don't like the term self-help book, but it's an incredible tale that
It's a sneaky
it's
self-help
sneaky.
book.
Slither book,
It's very
yeah.
sneaky.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a sneaky self-help book.
Yeah.
While reading it, you will relate to some, like, because it is so human, right? Because it is
Yeah.
literally based on real people he found on LinkedIn.
Yep.
Used some of their experiences and created some fiction around it to weave these narratives and mm, show show how do I say this? Show the ray of sunshine, so to speak, right? Which exists everywhere. All you have to do is open the shades, in the morning or at night or whatever it is. So it's a wonderful book, and I will have Jeff come on, and we will ask him
Good.
questions when he does, because right now I don't know what I can and what I can't say.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a great book that is coming out soon.
Yeah.
Called I think Leaving 2020. So
Yep.
yay! Something to look forward to before the
Definitely.
asteroid gets us.
The llama-shaped asteroid.
Oh, that would be spectacular, wouldn't it? A llama drops from the sky.
Just like
and you're
literally,
yeah,
yep.
I knew it.
Wow, such is life.
It was llamas all along.
Yeah.
She went away again.
Oh,
Anyway.
potato net.
So, yes. Her entire screen is blank in the broadcast screen. Anyway, coming to
Yep.
writing about books, if there are any questions, guys, that you have about writing books, feel free to ask them. We'll try to answer to the best of my experience with regards to the same. And the potato net is back with a pause on it. Okay, unpause.
If you are back, Miri, why don't you tell us about your book that you're writing?
Exactly.
Because Miri is a writer as well.
Yeah.
And she's frozen. Come on. Let the stars align so you can tell everybody about your book. Come on.
Potato net is probably very good for the robot dancing, right? Where
Yeah.
you could, okay, 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 fine. Go for it, Miri. We really wanted you to talk about your book though. So before you say goodbye to us, could you just like tell us about your book as well? Okay, by the time she comes back, there is a question which is how and when did you start writing a book and why? So would you like to address this, Mel, because you've written more books than me for yourself?
Oh my okay. So my first two books, there's a very actual interesting story behind it. So I was trying to teach people about this subject that just didn't exist at the time, basically. And the people within my professional community, they were like, this ain't a thing, like, you're making this up. And I was like, right, a book always kind of, it's something that everybody can read, it's always out there, and also it establishes you as someone who has written on the subject. So I did that, but the timing of that was very specific, and it was when I had just launched a major course, and I had hit overwhelmed with that, and it was my way of making sure I was doing something really productive, but making me avoid having to interact with people. So I could hold myself away, and I did so for 6 months with that book. And it was grueling, it was brutal, but the satisfaction at the end of having that was brilliant. And then roughly the same time the following year, I was like, I need to write another book about the subject. People need to know more.
Okay.
And as I was writing it, I realized that I was doing the same thing, trying to avoid human interaction and stuff. And it's basically to do with the whole autism and social anxieties and stuff, and overwhelm. So a way of keeping my brain active when it was just basically. But like but this year, it's just having inspiration, just like little ideas. And I mean, as you know, Benati, I've started several books this year, which is not like me when it comes to writing. I'm like, right, this one, see it through to the end. But there's just been so many ideas, and just the more ideas that there are, the harder it is to know where to start with them. And I'm at the point now where I'm thinking about intermingling different book ideas, just merging it into one book, just so I can cover it. But why do I write these books? The fiction ones, it's for fun. It's literally it's to bring my ideas to life. Like I have a vivid imagination, and instead of just having things in bits and pieces, I want to create stories. It's enjoyable. I love writing. I'm passionate about writing and creating things. So to have something, obviously this one is semi-autobiographical, but it's also fictional too. So yeah, it's just the intrinsic need to create for me, and
Right.
I create best via writing, at least for
Oh,
now. So yeah.
that's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Thank you.
So now I'll answer this question
Mhm.
with when did I start writing a book? Uh, Personally, in books under my name, this year. Professionally, it's been 4 years. I have ghostwritten 27 books till date, and that's the win and the counter.
That's
Then
like
coming to
one per year. Awesome. If you averaged it out of your life.
of my life, that's what I'm
Sorry.
thinking. Like Mel skipped
Yeah.
math. Yeah, no, no. If I average my life, that's one
Yeah.
per year. But again,
That's
if
epic.
somebody else gives you the idea, and if it's a good idea, you have a lot of research material available. You could
Mm.
like check. You could get lost in the sea of ideas, right?
Mm.
So that's the when part. For clients, I've been writing books for 4 years. For me personally, 1 year. How? Well, how is I like long form content. And unfortunately, I think because of attention spans and whatnot, people are not consuming long form content online. People still prefer to consume long form content in terms of books, right? Whether it's an ebook or a physical book or whatever, that's
Mm.
in the air. But basically, I love consuming and creating long form content. And finding clients for that is not that easy. So what I did was, instead of creating long form content, I thought I can maybe create books instead. Because as I wrote a while back in the banner thingy, books land credibility on you. So if you are starting out in an industry that is already saturated with experts, and you want to stand out, and you want to basically make your mark in the industry, you need to book speaking gigs, right? You need to show up to places. And to get invited to these places, many have this caveat, which is you have to have something published. So there are many people out there who want to have something published, but they can't really find the time to write. So I found these
Mm.
people on different community forums and whatnot, and I started ghostwriting books. So as I said, done 27 of those to date, and the process is simple. First of all, you listen very carefully to what the person is saying, and again, that applies to writing your own book as well. Listen to your own voice, listen to your own ideas, listen to your own
Mm.
thoughts, and listen to what the writers closest to you, your writing community, tells you, so to speak, right? Because they will see the flaws in your work, and they will see that you're holding back, or you're not being entirely honest with the way you've compiled the work, etc., etc., etc. So step one of how do you write a book is listen very carefully, listen to your client, to listen to yourself. Then you go into research mode, like then create a list, then go into research mode. Don't go crazy with the tabs, learn to
Mm.
kind of arrange your bookmarks properly, or maintain a Word document with snippets and the link that you snipped the snippet from. Do all of that. Review all your research, review all your notes, and then you start writing.
She's
It's
so
not
much
that
more
hard.
organized than me.
Pardon?
I said she's so much more organized than me.
That's because I'm not writing
Like,
autobiographical stuff. How are you going to research autobiographical stuff about our lives, right?
no,
That's
no, no,
difficult.
no, 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 because there's like, physics at play, and all these theories and stuff, and I'm just like
Oh, yeah.
my process is, I wish that I could be like Benati.
Oh,
Gently saying.
you don't want to be like me. Unless I don't see a list, I get like, oh my God, mera kuch, like I
Oh
haven't
no!
done
I love
anything.
a list. I do love a list, but yeah, I don't really follow through. But
Right. So Shanti has
no,
left us a lovely call. And by the way, I hope I'm probably going to mispronounce your name, Parthiban. But I hope that answered your query. Now we have Shanti telling us writing books needs a special mind frame to cut down all the noise around you. Exactly, Shanti. You need that. You need to be able to listen to yourself. You need that calm, quiet, passive state to exist in if you want to write a book, to focus and imagine and create, and it's not easy. Hats off to all the authors. Oh, you are an author as well, so hats off to you as well.
yeah,
Today I can do a hairbend off, so there you go.
yeah. Yeah, this kind of taps in for me to the whole, like, if you want to write a book or something, you want to create something via writing. I said this last time, it's been um, briefly mentioned this time as well, but I feel so strongly that the best pieces of work come from a place of passion, and that's
Of
how
course.
you get the book written as well, why you follow it through to the end. It's like, yes, I'm not saying that it's pointless to write stuff that you may never finish. It's not pointless. It's all writing, it's all practice, it's all everything. But if you want to write something that you're going to actually see through to the end, you have to be passionate about it. Otherwise, even if you force yourself through to the very end, um, it's not going to be the final project. The final, what's the word? The end product isn't going to be it's not going to stand out. It's not going to be different to other people. It's like
Right.
and this is what with all of my writing, whether it's the autobiographical parts or the made up stuff, all of it, I really tap into my emotions, and I always write from a place of feeling, because
Hmm.
if I don't, then the difference in the quality of my writing, yeah, it's astronomical. But
Understandable.
and that's
What
also
is what is personal
how you
will
get the word
always,
count
flow.
as well.
Mm, agreed.
So, like, for example, yesterday I was like I was past 17,000 words, and the entire document, I didn't write that all in one take. But I was like, oh, yes, I'm so, because my thing with numbers and stuff. But I was like, yes, I'm really close to 20,000. Yeah, I'm gonna hit that today. And as soon as I put that into my mind, rather than how I have been of just like, yeah, just write whatever whenever as it comes to mind, as soon as I'd
Right.
put my head in the numbers zone, I couldn't write.
Right.
Literally ended up
Of
having a
course.
block, and I'm still on the same number that that I was when that thought hit my head. Because it's like, it's for some people that would be like a real motivation. So you have to recognize what motivates you as well. But for me, it was just, no, I get such satisfaction from different numbers and glancing to the word count when I'm typing and
I
seeing number
hate the
patterns.
word count because I look
I
at the
love
word
it.
count and I'm like, I look at a word count and I get an anxiety like
I used
30,000
to.
words was the contract and now I'm at 33,000. No, something like that. So I keep the word count off. I activate it for the editing process. Before that, it's like,
Yeah,
no, just
no,
okay, just
it
hold on
helps
before you
me.
go back into it.
Sorry.
We have some questions here, which is
Okay.
he has a plan to write a book for competitive exam, and he has an offer from the publisher, right? So this is fantastic. Don't procrastinate on
Yeah.
writing your book, because getting offers from publishers is one of the most difficult tasks of getting a book published. You already have one of the most difficult tasks done, which is having a publisher. So don't procrastinate, because publishers move on very quickly. So start, as you've mentioned, you have already completed a good amount of research for your book. So that is fantastic. Now what you have to do is you have to start compiling the research and make it connect using this grammatical phenomenon referred to as transition verbs. Okay, use transition words and kind of, make things flow, because competitive exams books, I think the good ones, uh, need to explain content, the concepts to the students, right? So if we look at all the standard books that we see in India, the language is very student friendly, right? So compile your research and make it flow using appropriate vocabulary and transition words. And do you ever get lethargic about writing or continuing writing sometimes? No, I don't get lethargic about writing at all, because writing is my profession and my vocation. So I really, really like to write. So I don't really get lethargic, but there are moments when I slow down. So what would take me half an hour would take me 2 hours to do. So when I realize that I'm getting slow, or I'm having to force myself to write, what I will do is I will physically close my laptop, get up and leave and do something. For me, that is either painting or gardening, right?
Mm.
So I will remove myself from that space, distract my brain a little bit, and then start doing it again. And generally, that seems to work for me. And I can go back to writing normally. So I hope these answered your questions. And now back to what you were saying, Mel, about the numbers. Identify your motivating or demotivating factors. Go ahead.
Yes, yeah. So, and when that happened yesterday, it took me back to my first and second books, and how that really put a spanner in the works for the time frame for it to be written in and stuff. And for me as well, setting myself a time frame, unless it's very, very short, it's no good, because then I'm just like, oh, so, I've got this long to do it, and then I put it off if I'm like really trying to get too rigid about the process. I really feel that a book is done when it's done, and that taps into Miri's book about how long she's been writing her book and the realizations that she's had this year. How she's like, well, maybe that was why, because like I found my voice again, and what it would have been isn't what it will be now, and things like that. But yeah, the feelings back from then, I was like, you can't force it. Or at least for me, I can't force it. I need to write from a place of feeling, passion, and sensory experience as well, for me to be able to really bring to life my writing. So if I'm sat there going, right, okay, I haven't got anything to write at this very moment, but I need to get to 20,000 words. What's the freaking point? Because literally that's going to be like just over 2,000 words of utter crap, probably, that I'm then just going to have to edit further down the line. Nah,
Exactly.
quality over quantity, always quality over quantity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still celebrate when I hit those little milestones. It's good. It's nice to see that things are progressing. Yeah.
Yeah. To not talk about the same guy again and again, there's this doctor, right? Dr. Andrew Huberman. He says
Mm-hmm.
this, he's doing this entire research on dopamine reward systems. And what he said is, uh, you need to anchor your motivation to positive reward systems and non-external reward systems, right? So when you look at something like word count and get happy. I think that is a positive non-external reward system, because you are literally seeing the work you've done. You're looking at a number and going, yes, I
Yep.
got this, right? It is not you
Hmm.
relying on Vinati telling you that your book is good. You are relying on
Yeah.
your own work to kind of feel
Yeah.
good about it. So,
And
yeah.
I think this is also why I don't write in order, because I write when the moment takes me and the part of the book really comes into, like my heart and mind. And that is what also helps with actually getting the words out, is me not being really rigid in the order that I write in. And because concepts and themes and things come to mind randomly, and then I write it, and then I'm like, oh, and this ties into this part, and this has brought this to life more, and you can see everything starting to unfold and take shape and everything. And like I said yesterday, when I was describing, when I was writing about how 2019 me physically saw, could see the individual bonds and the group bond, and that basically this image formed of this tree, a multicolored tree, well, a tree with multicolored vines, basically, of all the bonds. And and it just fires everything up, and it makes it much more fun for me to write when the inspiration takes. And I feel like then I get better flow, because there's no like, right, I need to write something, so just write something. And I think it just comes back to the whole having been my own editor and realizing when I go through my manuscript of, oh, I must have been really bored there, or I was trying to hit a words count target kind of thing, and it's like,
I know, right?
and now it's gone. Yeah. So
You
just trying to
could
save
literally
myself.
see it. I was very angry when I was typing this. I was upset when I was typing this. You could see it, like the use of vocabulary kind of cues you in about the mental state of the. So, okay. There was something I was reading which made me laugh out loud a lot, because how angry do you have to be to come up with this? Okay,
Right.
I'm not going to say the Japanese. I'll just translate what it said. It is, go hit your head on the corner of a tofu and die. So you know
That's
what? Just tap into
brilliant.
your emotion. That's, I
I
know,
need
right?
to use that. I need to like file that away for another day.
I will never forget this, because, as I said, sometimes when people insult me, I remember the insult for how creative it was. Because if you put creativity into insulting someone, kudos. Like, you are not using standard, common, everyday bad words or gali. You are putting thought into your hatred and your anger, and you're like,
Yeah.
make it remember. Like, hit your head on the corner of a tofu and die. Tofu. Something so soft.
Soft.
By
I
the
know.
way, India has one of these, okay? We say chullu bhar pani mein doob jao. The translation is, do this, fill it with water and drown in it.
Mhm.
So create. See, this is
Oh,
it. When you tap into your emotions, even if
do
it
you
is
know
not in
what? Do you
sequence,
know
you
what?
will come up with gold like this.
There is another book here, Creative Insults.
Yes.
It has to be
Creative
written.
insults. It can be like a
The
LinkedIn
anger book.
special. The anger book. No, the book of Schadenfreude, where we derive specific pleasure from cursing people very creatively. being like, yes, it landed, it hit. So now I'm happy. So yeah, tap into emotions, tap into your
Yes.
passion. No matter how weird and how haphazard it seems to you, trust me, people will relate to that stuff the most
Mm,
because creative concepts. And nothing could, I think, explain that phenomena better than that Mark Manson book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Duck with an F. So
yeah, and I
he
think
basically
it's
says the most
literally,
generic things, but he just uses the F word, and it's like, oh my god, this is revolutionary. So
yeah,
tap into your
just add F
emotions.
on the end, and yeah, you're sorted. But yeah,
Yeah, tap
another
into your
thing about tapping
emotions.
into
People
the
might like your
emotions,
book.
yeah,
Hmm.
it's not just about how much easier it makes the writing process and getting the writing actually done, but it's so important when it comes to your reading audience, because if they need to identify with emotions and human experiences, and you have to have something to pull the reader in for them to want to carry on
Yeah,
reading the book and to finish it. And that is where the best writing comes from, is where people can personally relate in some kind of way. You don't have to be speaking to them completely fully on every level, but you have to hook the
right.
reader in via emotion in some respect, I think.
Exactly. Yeah,
I might be wrong, but
definitely. No, I think you are
yeah.
right. And there you go. That's the insult. I typed it for you guys in case you don't believe me.
I love how it says butt suck.
It's not butts,
Sorry.
it's
I know.
bu
I,
su ke te.
I figured that
But
it wouldn't
yeah,
be pronounced
we
the
will
same, but
imagine it as
literally I'm just
butts.
like, butt suck.
Okay, I didn't see butt suck. I just saw butts. Anyway,
Anyway,
yeah,
let's keep this
yeah.
professional.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure creative insults could be something that
Yeah.
people could help us with. So yeah, we could create like a collaborative post where it could be as creative as you want to be in attempting to insult people. You know, live your fantasies and insult fictional characters that don't exist while thinking about actual, very real people that do exist. So, see, this is it. This is it. You have to find some emotion in whatever it is that you've come up with. Like, have you guys heard Yuval Noah Harari talk about history, or have you heard Gad Saad talk about the human mind or the human body, right? These are very non-fiction, very technical, very researchy topics, but the passion with which these people talk about it, global audience loves them. Global audience knows them. People buy their books the moment they hit the bookshelves, right? So it's about, I think it's about, as
Yeah.
Mel says, it's about passion. Have passion and find a way to communicate your passion. That's it.
Mm. And if you can collect the tears of your readers like Shyaloni does, you've hit
Yeah,
the ultimate.
collect them. Collect them and what use
And
that
bathe in
water to
them
water your money
to
plants.
keep your youthful presence, bathe in the tears of your
Exactly.
readers.
Yes. Keep the tears of your readers to shine like that vampire from Twilight. The moment sunlight hits it. So
Trying to
yeah.
reach immortality
Uh,
through the tears of your readers. Yeah, I get it.
I mean, definitely, right? Because why do people like I've heard some very passionate book discussers go Romeo and Juliet, the epitome of love and all of that, and literally in the first act of Romeo and Juliet, Romeo is confessing his undying love to some other girl. And then he sees Juliet, and now it's Juliet. And I'm like,
Nah.
how did these two become the symbol of eternal love? But they did, because
Yeah.
of the passion that was,
Oh,
put into the
yeah.
work. That's it.
And that
Talking
reminds
about
me
creative
of our
insights,
book,
Shakespeare.
fanfic.
Yeah, our book.
Yeah, about trashing all the greatest love stories. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I think it's PR campaigns, right? Built around these books. If you look, like, this is very controversial hot take on my part, but if you look at Romeo and Juliet, it reads like satire. He's literally mocking everything about romanticism, the genre. Like, guy looks at
Yeah.
girl, falls in love, forgets the first girl he looked at and
Yeah.
fell in love, and then assumes it is dead and consumes poison. Like, that looks a lot like satire when you sit back and think about it. But yeah, because of how the
Yeah.
thing is framed and how it is perceived, and actually it's a play, right? It's not a book. So how the actors kind of portrayed it, like there's
Yeah.
entire BBC series where actors like Alan Rickman are playing characters of Shakespearean plays. So when you see something like that acted out, you can't help yourself but turn into like puddles of tears when it's dying and stuff like that. So yeah,
Hmm.
find a way to communicate the passion in your book. It could be audiobooks, it could be
Yeah.
vocabulary, it could be whatever. Illustration. Just make
It
it
is
work.
actually interesting. I'm using myself. I've decided to use myself as the ultimate test as to whether whether I'm going to be able to tap into readers' emotions and stuff in a significant way, because my whole thing with not crying and how much it takes to break me. I'm gonna see if I can make myself cry while I'm writing. Then I'll be like, yes, I've made it.
Tears.
Yeah.
Then
So
you can
yeah,
collect your tear in a slide
my own tears.
and preserve it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, in a little vial, like proof.
Yeah. And then, like Belle Delphine, who sells her bath water, you can sell your tears.
Oh, okay. Brilliant. I love it.
So many business models.
Oh dear.
So
Yeah.
anyway, do we have any questions about writing, so to speak? If there are, feel free to ask away. You know, just putting that there. Coming to discussing the title of your book. Does
Mm.
anyone have any suggestions about what to title Mel's book, which is about going back in time to 2019 and sort of reliving 2020, so to speak? What would you change? Would you change anything? Would you, whatever, right? Up to you how you want to imagine it. But if you were to write a book like that, how would you title it? If anyone has any suggestions, put those in the comments.
Mm.
There's a very weird
Yeah.
song, by the way. I think you've heard it probably. Year 3000.
Oh yeah. Isn't that busted or
So
something?
you could, yeah. Uh, I think Busted. Or I remember that song from Jonas Brothers, but I think the original song was written by someone else.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
So,
Anyway.
so like these days, there's this thing, right? People do covers of
Mm.
songs, so everyone can make money. So yeah, this would probably be that, but in reverse, right? If we go year 2019, and if we were to break the concept down, I think the experience would be visceral, right? Knowing what you know about 2020 and yet having to relive that. So,
Yeah.
ooh, we have a great suggestion here.
Okay.
Dialogue with my future.
Dialogue with my future.
Okay. Yeah. Dialogue with my future.
I'll let that one
Interview with
marinate.
my future.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I have this feeling that I might not actually end up knowing the definite title until 2020 is over.
The very. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like
Waiting for
there's
the
still
meteor, aren't we?
yeah, there's so much still to come, and um, and whatever happens in this last part of the year is going to impact on the book so massively that I don't know how it actually ends. I have been writing parts of the ending, but yeah, I don't think the full picture is in view because it's still November. And as Miri
Now
said,
I
what
have a
could
suggestion.
possibly happen in that time? Okay, go on.
Corona mutates. That could happen.
Say that again.
So that Corona mutates. That could happen. The title, that is not the title that
I was going to say, what?
the
Yeah. Oh, oh
uh,
my God, Benatti, that what you just said there, you have literally just spoken about something that I was writing about to do with me and you in the book yesterday.
ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
see, actually, Parthiban, I am butchering your name. I apologize. I'm very bad at names. He actually has a point, which is India has this thing. Okay, we have Vision 2020. So we have had a lot of Indian politicians and thought leaders from the past who have projected 2020, who had projected 2020 as the date when we escape level. Okay, there are four levels basically. We were at level 3 when we began, and we were set to come to level 2, which is very close to a developed country by 2020. And well, COVID has happened in 2020.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
to India, 2020 actually has a very significant meaning because, like,
Yeah.
just like cultists wait for the world to end in a particular
Yeah.
date,
Mm-hmm.
for Indians, we have been waiting for 2020 for a long time because a lot of promises that were made to us. Yeah, exactly. Revolution 2020, Vision 2020, thoughts
Yeah.
of 2020. Like literally everyone had 2020 vision and the year to be 2020, and then like in
No,
2020 we
there
are
are no.
stuck in our homes and our prime minister asks us to like bang plates. So
Do you know what?
it's a thing. I'll send you the video.
It is really funny though, like this whole 2020 thing, because since I was a child, I knew that 2020 was going to be this massively significant year, but didn't know like the context of it. But just knew that that was the big year. And of course, naively, I was like, yeah, that's going to be like the best year of my life. And in many ways, it has been. It really has been the best year of my life. But it didn't really factor in, like, you know, global pandemic and all the other shit that's happened as well. But yeah, it's had a
Of course.
significant meaning for me for my entire life. So I think the fact that I'm now writing a book that details that year is something meaningful for me, even though it won't be released in 2020, be 2021. But did 2 books with you, and well, we've got a third one still needing to be edited and stuff. But yeah, super productive this year with writing.
Yeah.
And
So I had the idea like
collaborating.
for your book. for
Yeah.
your book, the title, it could be 2019. Get more out of the now.
Or it could literally just be called Fuck 2020.
Go for it, because that is it. That's what John Oliver did, right? He blew up 2020 on his last episode for this season, for Last Week Tonight, and it felt so good watching 2020
Yeah.
explode on camera. Yeah, yeah, it was
Oh,
amazing.
wow, cool. Nice. Where are we?
Okay, I'll take note of that. Parthiban. I hope I got that right this time. Anyway, so yeah, he's right. Expectations didn't meet actions, and actually,
Yeah,
expectations didn't meet actions applies to literally everything in life.
everything in life.
Writing
Yeah, we have
books,
to let go of
politics,
expectations.
degree, research, etc., etc. We expect so many things. We get excited, and then we don't follow through,
Yeah,
and we find excuses, all sorts of them. Uh, we do the blame game, and then things get murky. So, yeah,
yeah.
another shared common human experience.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that's what it comes back down to as well, isn't it? Like, if you think back to Shark Week and Infinite Shades of Love, the books that we have collaborated on together, they're all about things that connect every human being together on this planet. And
Right.
I think that goes back
Exactly.
into the writing side of things as well. It's like you have to tap into, the things that join us together rather than separate us and make us feel like, we're different to other people or whatever, when ultimately the human experience, however it plays out in whatever ways, however much money you have, whatever culture you're in, it all comes back to the same undertones of human experience, doesn't it? Just manifests in different ways in different areas of the world. So yeah, speak to the common themes, unless you're going for a very specific target audience, and yeah. 2020
Yeah.
fucked. It's better.
So, see, it will definitely go for it, like fuck 2020 or 2020 fucked, or basically
Yeah, I
one
think
form
having a
of an
swear word in the
explicitive.
title is a bit grabby, isn't it? Like, draws people's attention.
It's not, yeah, like you
You
could
need a good
just,
title.
as Mark Manson did, he put a bullet hole, right, in the graphic design for the U of the fuck. So you could do something
Mm,
like that, make it look as if you haven't spelled the entire word and censors are happy.
yeah, sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
So, yeah.
That will be fun. Finally having a title at some point, because even if it isn't the definite one, I do always have a title, and I do have a title for this, but it's absolutely no, like, it's one word and that word is not going to be in the title. I know that for certain. It was just at that point in time when I was trying to start mapping everything out, that was when I was like, right, I need to, like, this document needs a title. And yeah, but it's just the brain niggles. It's the annoying thing for me. Like, if I have a title, then it's like, right, okay, I can write now. So yeah.
Yeah, see, this is, hold on. I'll show it to you. This is what you need to do for this, for the design of this book. Hold on. There you go. Something like this. Can you see it? Hold on. It's loading. It's
Yeah,
loading.
yes. Oh my god, that looks so satisfying. Whew.
That looks so satisfying. And this
Mm.
is what he said. when he blew it. So basically, this is it. This is it. This is what you don't even need to title it. Just do something like this
Yeah,
2020, put the
unnamed.
20 and exactly. You could do something like that, you know.
I love that. That's
So yeah.
beautiful.
And it was so therapeutic to watch that. Like,
I can imagine.
burning this, yeah, burning something very vicious you
Yeah,
put about yourself or whatever. That
yeah,
seems therapeutic for some reason. Like burning it kind of fixes all the problems. Uh,
yeah. It's
just
just that
like that, watching
satisfaction, isn't it?
2020 kind of go. Yeah,
Yeah,
as if Corona and all the problems associated to it will disappear in
yeah.
2021.
Oh, I know.
But
Oh, do you know what?
somehow watching
That's
the
why I
numbers
created
going
that
today,
meme.
it's
That's why I created that meme a week or few back about 2020. This is the worst year of my life, 2021 so far. Because it just hit me. I was like,
so far.
the heck, we're nearly at the end of 2020 and there's like literally no sign of this shit letting up in a lot of ways. Yes, there are in some ways, but this is a much longer haul than I expected. Naively, it's just the
Of
brain's way
course.
of coping, isn't it? It's going, it'll be over by this month, and then I can extend it a bit further. And now I'm just like 2022 maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
Coping
exactly,
mechanisms. Lower
exactly.
your expectations, so then you can be pleasantly surprised. Hopefully,
Yeah.
survival.
Ooh, I can go out today. Yay!
Yeah.
Survival.
Oh dear. It's
Yeah,
nuts, isn't it?
that's very true.
Yes.
That's true. So, do you have anything extra to add?
I don't think so. Not right now. Not today. Maybe another day.
Yeah, same. Yeah, same. And we don't seem to have any more questions as well. So I
Okay.
suppose we'll round the live up.
Yep. Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay. Well, it's been
Okay. So
lovely
thank you so much
chatting
for
to
joining
you.
me today, Mel.
Yeah. And thank you to
Same.
everyone who joined.
Thank you. Exactly. Thank you to everyone who joined. And basically, look out for Mel Cyril's books that are coming out. Look out for
Books.
Miriam Mc. Yeah, I'm having severe Gujarati mouth right now because it's like
Okay. I
lots
thought
of
you were maybe
syllables come
having some
in.
premonitions
I haven't
there that was
stopped.
going to knock another one out.
No, 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 no. No. Look out for Miri's book. Look out for Jeff's book.
Yeah.
Look out for Mel's book.
Look out for
They are
your
coming
book.
soon, and
All the books.
I'm looking for publishers first. I'm done with
Yeah.
self-publishing. I'm like, nah,
True.
we're going traditional, so that's going to take a while. So
Yeah.
I hope you could look out for my book, but yeah, there's a long time before that happens. So anyway, thank you so much for joining us, people. See you soon with Mithali Raval, where we'll on that live we'll be talking about reading and writing using emotions. Mithali is spectacular at that. She does those Instagram captions, big ones, and
Yeah.
you will be compelled to reply. So she does it well,
Oh.
like a nice
You have to
leader.
tag me and show
So
me.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah, I'll tag you and show you for sure. Yeah.
Awesome.
So thank you so much for joining us. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Ending it.
Bye.